I want to share with you the recipe for the juiciest lemon cake. First, you need to grate the zest of 3 lemons. And this is honestly the most tedious part of the whole recipe. Next, take 250 grams of sugar and a bowl in which you'll be mixing everything. Spoiler, it's better to use a bowl that's as deep as possible, because I had some trouble with this one. Next, add 125 grams of butter, softened to room temperature. And here come the problems. The bowl I used wasn't deep enough, and I hadn't softened the butter enough. It really needs to be almost liquid. To save the situation, I quickly set up a bain-marie where the butter melted and coated the sugar. After that, the mixing process went much more smoothly than at the start. I add the juice from 3 freshly squeezed lemons to make the aroma as strong as possible. The dough would be very moist in the finished product. I also add 40 grams of sunflower oil and start mixing everything again. Since I'm already wary of this bowl, I begin to do it gradually. And I turn on the mixer from time to time. When everything is mixed into a smooth mass, I add the lemon zest. And I mix it well again, so that it doesn't form a single clump but is evenly distributed. Then I add 3 eggs. I like to do this the old-fashioned way, cracking the eggs on the edge of the bowl. And I mix it well with the mixer once more. Next, I add 2 cups of flour and a packet of baking powder. But I do all this in one bowl because I don't like to bother with separate bowls for dry and wet ingredients. I also add vanilla sugar in there and start mixing it all together. Specifically, I start with the dry part and gradually dilute it with the wet part. Once the batter is mixed, I add 30 grams of milk and mix it again. Then I pour in about 60 grams of whipped cream or thick sour cream, a small pinch of fine salt, and then I give it all another really good, thorough mix. I fill a silicone mold with the batter and put it in a preheated oven at 185 degrees for 45 minutes. I decided to make a lemon glaze for the finished cake. You only need 2 ingredients for it. That's icing sugar and lemon juice. As for the proportions, it's up to you, depending on how thick you want the glaze. The thicker you want it, the more icing sugar and the less lemon juice you should use. But I wanted the glaze to be thin and at the same time give my cake an extra lemony aroma. I really love a pronounced sweet and sour flavor, so this proportion of lemon in both the batter and the glaze is just right for me. If you prefer it sweeter, use just 2 lemons in the base batter. Enjoy your meal,